All right, let's just get right into it, because we've all felt this. It's probably one of the most frustrating things about using AI today. You have this tool that's supposed to be mind-blowingly powerful, but half the time, it feels like you're just talking to a really, really confident liar.
You've been there, right? You ask it for a brilliant marketing plan, and you get something a first-year intern would write. You ask for a simple factual summary, and it just makes up sources. It gives you cliches when you ask for creativity. You know it can do better. So what is actually going on? Why is it so confidently wrong?
And the source material for this whole explainer just hits the nail on the head with this one simple idea. It completely reframes the problem. The AI isn't being dumb. It's not trying to trick you. It's just lost. And you know what? It's lost because we never gave it a map. That's the big misunderstanding we are going to clear up right now.
So, let's start with part 1, the confident liar. We're going to break down why even the most powerful AI on the planet can give you stuff that's just bland, totally useless, or sometimes flat out wrong. And spoiler alert, it all comes down to the instructions we're giving it.
Think about it this way. The AI has been trained on just an incredible amount of human knowledge. It's like a master chef who knows every recipe. But when you give it a vague request like, write me a good summary, that's the same as walking into a 5-star restaurant and just asking for some food. What's the chef going to do? They have to guess. And they're going to make the most statistically safe, average, and yeah, ultimately bland guess possible.
So really, it all boils down to the oldest rule in computing, and it has never been more true than it is with AI. Garbage in, garbage out. The quality of what you get back is not a reflection of the AI's potential. It is a direct mirror of the quality of your input. And if your prompts are vague, disorganized, and have no context, well, that's garbage to an AI, and it will faithfully give you garbage right back. Okay, so if the problem is our input, how do we fix it? What's the secret? Well, the solution isn't some technical trick or a magic prompt. It actually starts with a huge shift in how we think about our role in this whole process.
Look, you don't need to be an engineer who can build the AI's engine from scratch. That's not your job. Your job is to become an expert driver. You just need to know how to use the steering wheel, the pedals, and the GPS. The AI engineers, they've already built the car. Our job now is to learn how to drive it with skill and precision.
And this brings us to the absolute core concept from our source material. It's a brand new skill called Linguistics Programming. And the idea is simple but so powerful. The language you speak every day is the new code. Mastering AI isn't about learning Python. It's about learning to use the words you already know with real intention, with clarity, and with structure. So, if we're going to become expert drivers, what's rule number 1? You've got to know how to use the GPS. It's time to stop letting the AI guess and start giving it the map it desperately needs to get you where you actually want to go.
Let's go back to that analogy because it is just perfect. When you ask the AI for marketing ideas, you're essentially telling your GPS, New York City. That's it. So what does it do? Of course, it's just going to drop you in some random generic spot like Times Square, when what you really wanted was a quiet little coffee shop in a specific neighborhood in Brooklyn. It's guessing because you never gave it the full address. So how do you give it that street address? Well, here is a super simple but effective framework, the 5 Ws. This is your map. Before you even think about writing a prompt, you just quickly define these things. Who is this actually for? What's the main goal here? Where is this going to live? What's the format? Why are we even doing this? And finally, what are the absolute non-negotiable rules? This is how you give the AI a precise, crystal clear destination.
Okay, so we've punched in the destination, the AI has its map, now it's time to actually drive the car. And that comes down to steering. And in linguistics programming, every single word you choose is like a turn of the steering wheel.
I love this mental model from the source material. Think of the AI's brain not as a database, but as this huge, sprawling semantic forest. It's this massive interconnected web of ideas, and every word you use tells it which branch to jump to. If you choose a common word, like good, you're sending it down a really well-trodden, predictable, boring path. But if you choose a more precise, more interesting word, like contrarian, boom, it leaps to a completely different part of the forest. I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. Good is, well, it's just a weak and lazy word. But distill? Whoa, that's a command. It's a powerful verb that tells the AI to do a very specific job. Boil this thing down to its absolute essence. See the shift? You're not asking anymore. You're directing. Now, this is a really cool pro tip. It's a technique called linguistic compression.
You see, we humans, we use all this filler when we talk. Hey, I was hoping maybe you could possibly. To us, that just sounds polite. To an AI, it's just noise. It's static that's weakening the signal. So by stripping out all that fluff and getting right to the core command, you're creating a much clearer, more powerful instruction. You're starting to think like a programmer, but with your own language. And here it is. This is the big aha moment, for real. This slide shows the incredible power of steering. Just by changing one single word in the prompt, what we call the control word, you get 3 completely different, high-quality, super specific sets of ideas. We didn't change the destination, we just chose a more interesting route to get there. That, right there, is strategic word choice in action. It's amazing! Okay, so let's put this all together now. When you combine giving the AI a clear map with learning how to steer it precisely, your whole relationship with this technology changes. You stop being just a passive user, and you become something way more powerful. This is the new partnership. The AI is your autopilot. It handles the heavy lifting, the tedious research, the first draft, crunching the data. It's flying the plane on the long, straight parts of the journey. But you are the pilot. Your job is to set the destination, make those critical course corrections, and handle all the complex, high-level strategic decisions. Everyone's worried about AI taking jobs, but the reality our source material points to is that the people who really get this, they're not getting replaced. They're getting promoted. They're literally elevating their work from just doing routine tasks to directing a powerful strategic partner. They get to spend less time on the how and way more time on the why, and that is infinitely more valuable. So let's land this thing with one final, pretty provocative thought. Mastering this new literacy, this linguistics programming, it's not just about getting better answers from a chatbot. It's about securing your own agency, your own value. In a world where talking to machines is fast becoming the most important skill you can have. And it really leaves you with a question, doesn't it? Will you be the one driving, or will you be the passenger?